The other day I had to go and get a tetanus shot because because I stupidly stabbed myself with a kind of rusty blade, and
Oh no.
it's been a week.
Get tattoos, Char.
It's been a week, and it still hurts.
That's a long time.
I do not recommend stabbing yourself with rusty blades.
Yeah.
Oh, which part hurts more, the rusty blade stab
Or
or
the
the?
Oh, the rusty blade
shot.
was really
Stab.
tiny, but I just had a tetanus shot just in
I was gonna
case.
say,
The tetanus shot was
yeah.
is really bad. Like,
They're brutal.
Yeah, it's a bad one.
it felt, the pain is also kind of weird. It felt like my joint was both tight and loose at the same time. Tight, like, because I have very little range of motion before the pain set in, but loose because it felt like my arm was gonna fall off. Like, it's just,
Jeez.
I do not recommend it.
Nope.
So yes, this is a podcast about video games
Not about tetanus shots.
Sometimes.
and sometimes movies and stuff.
And things.
Yes, and it's
Whatever
episode
we-
183. That was what I was looking for. I couldn't remember the number.
I'm glad you
Stop,
remembered. Hold on, we gotta do some counting.
You're just counting as fast as you can.
So yeah, thank you for watching and listening. So yeah, what have you guys, what have you two been doing?
Gosh, I feel like I've been so tired again.
The last episode of Mr. Falcon and Soldier Boy.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I
watched
just
it.
saw it. I just saw it
I haven't
actually
watched
before
it
this
yet.
podcast.
I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
it. I don't mind if you guys want to talk about it though. Like seriously.
I
Whatever.
won't go. It is. I mean, there's a lot that happens, so I won't go much into it. I've really enjoyed
People
the
are saying
show.
WandaVision is better though. Do you feel
They're-
I
that way?
agree with that.
They're different.
with that.
I like WandaVision better just because I liked the show better. That's not to say the show is bad. It's different. So to me,
I
it's a
also
little
am
hard
very
to pick.
biased because I care about. I'm more interested in Scarlet Witch than I am in Winter Soldier or Falcon America.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
care
the
about
that's
that
the
much.
same for me. Like I do like them, but yeah, I think
Yeah,
Wanda's more
yeah.
interesting. That's all. But I like the show. I really
Totally.
do. I've really enjoyed it. It's just I don't know. It's very topical. It's kind of not afraid to.
So
try
I
to
haven't
be.
watched it yet, but did it have a buddy cop feel or not?
Buddy cop? I wouldn't say that.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, I mean, so from when I think of like I don't know. I mean, they do work together and they're good. To me, I feel less buddy cop and just more of friendship, I guess, which I know sounds strange. I don't know. That's weird because I could see there are moments where you feel like it could have been more buddy cop-esque and it really wasn't, but I don't know.
There were a lot of moving parts. So they didn't
Yeah.
really have enough time to necessarily devote to like specifically those two having a relationship.
Yeah, they're the second to last episode, so the episode before the finale is pretty much all about their relationship. So like they do spend some time on it, but yeah, there's a lot of other stuff. Their chemistry is very good. The two actors in their chemistry, that I feel at
I think
least.
the best arc or the most arcy arc is the new bad Captain
Yeah.
America we don't like.
Yes.
He's got the most growth and development in the whole series.
Was the relationship like at the start they kind of together because of the shared thing they had with Steve Rogers, and then they eventually kind of grew their own thing together? Kind of
Yeah,
thing?
for sure.
Yeah, I mean they weren't really like. The reason I don't think it's super buddy copy is they weren't as opposed in the beginning as I think most buddy cops are. Like there was a little bit of friction, but not a lot.
Oh.
I felt there was a lot of friction.
The
I
trailer
don't know.
kind
I-
of showed
that
like a
I
lot of
disagree.
friction. Like it felt like a
Yeah,
main point of it. I'm not.
I think no, I disagree. I
think-
think there was a lot of friction.
I think they were super aligned, and the only point of contention Bucky had was you should have kept the shield, and he didn't really have any point of contention with Bucky. Like it was not a lot of conflict. All the other conflict was with the Nazi guy, Baron Zemo, or against other Captain America. It wasn't as much between the two.
So okay, I guess here's the difference. The tension is more emotional, like their relationship and about Steve. not as much of, why did you do that? You know, that's not how we do things around here. Like, their actual, like, mission and stuff like that, they are aligned. So there's not a lot of arguing as far as, like, their moral values, I guess, about, like, how to conduct a mission. And I think the reason they really couldn't do that is because that is what they're dealing with everybody else. So to have that on top of that, I think would have been too much. But I do feel as two people, they do show quite a bit of friction, and it does get resolved. So that's how I feel about it. But it is, I guess, different in that way. So.
How many episodes? 8?
8, I think. Yeah, this was number 8.
Okay.
This one's a little easier to binge, I would say, than WandaVision. So, just because, like, WandaVision, like, it felt like it was a mystery, so you almost wanted some time in between the episodes. This one, I feel like, the only thing I think I will warn, and I didn't mind this, but I did see people complain about it, although I kind of roll my eyes or whatever. But the episodes are a little different. Like, the mood really does change episode to episode. Like I said, this episode, the finale, was very action-based the entire time. The previous episode was a little more laid back, more kind of character building and stuff like that.
Didn't the previous episode have them fight directly against New Captain America?
I thought that was the episode before.
Was that 2 ago?
I feel like that was 2 ago. I'm pretty sure that the episode before this was pretty much primarily what happens to the new Cap and them going back to Sam's home and helping out.
Right, that was boring. It was important. It was good stuff to show.
I loved it. See, I think that's the thing, is
very
like
sweet.
I see. You're not the only one though. I that's one of the things is like people complain about. They feel it's very whiplashy. I don't mind, but I guess that's the only thing I will warn if you're gonna binge it is from what I can understand, each episode really does have different pacing from episode to episode. I'm fine with it, but I guess I'm just putting that out there in case that's a problem.
I mean, I think it was probably more interesting than most of the fights. I thought the fights were the weakest part of the whole show. Like, they definitely had a budget. They were well choreographed. I just find these particular group of people, their powers aren't something I enjoy watching. It's just different strength punches and flips, and then one guy can fly, but it's like, tech will solve it. This is like, I don't know, it's not as interesting. I mean, it's weird that magic's more interesting than that, but it is, to me.
I think it's because it's one of the first, well, I mean, we dealt with Captain America having that. I don't know.
We did. Yeah.
So
he's also my least favorite Avenger. Visual action thing, not as a person.
Did you
I
see
definitely like Steve Rogers more than Tony Stark by a huge margin, but I'd rather watch Iron Man than Captain America.
They are different. They are a little different now. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. But I think I will say the political stuff they're trying to get at, I don't think it was done perfectly. I liked that they were willing to do it because I didn't know how far they were going to go with it. And by the final episode, you're like, okay, they went there. They definitely just went there. Not perfect. It really isn't. But I'm just appreciative that they even wanted to do it. But the thing that's kind of frustrating me is the reviews is I'm sure now that we've seen the final episode, there'll be a lot more people who really think about like, okay, how did they actually talk about this very topical, lots of different kinds of politics in this. What was frustrating is a lot of like the reviews or complaints were basically, once again, people not remembering that this is a TV show. But welcome to our era, I guess.
Mean?
I was
not getting
seeing
it fast enough kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep, not getting it fast enough. People accusing of things where you're like, guys, the show's not even done yet. Hold on a second. Stuff like that. One of the things that I found a little frustrating, and as someone who knows this is like a legit problem, and I'm not going to labor on this, it was definitely just someone trying to get clicks. It was not a majority opinion. Whatever. But just as an example, I remember like after episode 3 or something, they accused the show of queer baiting for Sam and Bucky. It's the episode they're referring to is the therapy episode.
Sure.
Yeah. Again, I don't think it was a majority opinion. I am pretty sure this is somebody who needed clicks.
I do know people who are very emotionally invested in that sort of relationship. Like I have my good friend's sister, when the first Avengers movie aired and Bucky gets, dusted or whatever.
Yeah.
She was like crying in the shower. She was so upset that the love between Steve and Bucky had been destroyed. It's like they were like, I mean, that's even your headcanon, right? That's not even like a real thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like just like, people are very invested in these
yeah. And that's
people.
and it's just very frustrating because queer baiting is a real thing. We've seen it.
Sure.
And so to like, and it's just very, and I think the other issue too is I wanted to be like, listen, we know they're probably not going to get together, but also even if you want, even like, so it's episode 3, guys. Calm down. It's just like, what if I don't think they were going to, but like, it just so much that they're talking about just seems there were also a few people that were very upset when the new Cap came around and everyone's like, why does he get to be Captain America? And it's like, that's the point of the show. Can you not see where this is going? It's very obvious.
It's like people getting mad at the Harry Potter movies for having Dolores Umbridge. Like, you're supposed to not like her. That's why she's there.
I know. It's just, it's like, I think that's what's so frustrating is it feels very much that these are people who are like treating each episode like a movie. That I think was what's so frustrating with some of the things I was reading. Again, a lot of I think the problem.
I haven't read anything.
I haven't really read it all the way through. It's just a lot of articles that, and here's really the problem. I don't even think half these writers actually feel this way. What's happening is that we're kind of in this world where they need to put something out. The latest episode came out. And now we kind of live in this fast-paced world where you got to get content out like that. So you got to put something after every episode, even though half the time you're like, we don't have enough information. So that's what's kind of frustrating. But whatever. I'm more just looking forward to some of the probably very poignant and, maybe some real good criticism of some of the political stuff. That's what I'm looking into. Because I really like what they did, but wasn't perfect either. So it's cool. That's me. I enjoy it, though. I finished it today, so. I think that was like my biggest thing. I did buy, oh my gosh, 13 Sentinels. I've only played through a few of the prologues though. I'm interested, I just haven't kept going. Because unfortunately, I have to play it out in the front room, and nobody wants to sit and watch me play. So I feel very lonely very fast. So I just need to grab the PS4
And also, it does
controller.
take a while for the story to get good.
That's kind of that's what I was getting the feel of, which I don't mind.
You definitely have to get through all the prologues.
I kind of figured that because I have gone through, I'd have to count, I don't remember. I definitely got to the person.
You at least have to go through the first set of prologues. That's
Yeah. I'm still kind of in the railroady, gotta get through all the prologues. The last one I did, I think, was Time Warp Guy, with the other person.
You gotta be more. There's quite a bit of time warping. Which one?
Sorry, the first guy who like goes from the past to the future, and he's trying to find somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I just finished, I think, his story, his prologue, and now I don't know whose I'm moving on to. So I'm not that far.
Are you talking
yet
about
at all.
Yakisoba Pan guy?
Yes,
Okay.
I am.
All right.
Yeah.
Funny thing about that is, they actually wanted his favorite food to be a bowl of noodles or something, but they wanted something that you can hold in your hand, so they decided to go with yakisoba pan instead.
That is funny. I guess that's the point. Is then he drops it and gets real pissed. Yakisoba.
He really loves a yakisoba pan.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
I think that's the last one I've seen. So I haven't done that many. But like I said, I'm definitely interested. It's interesting trying. I really don't think I quite get the battle system yet.
Oh yeah,
I'm not losing.
It's really confusing in the beginning, especially when it's such a minimalistic look. You have no fucking idea what is anything and what's happening, and it's very difficult. And the grid and the enemies and your characters all look kind of mashed a little bit. Yeah, different colors and all that, but when it's so minimalistic, everything sometimes just kind of gets...
gets
You get a hang of it.
Yeah. So I'm just
quite
still
fun
at that
too.
part.
The battle is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sure once I get used to it, it'll be fine. But I think it's just hard because like there's new abilities with every single character, and so I'm trying to learn it all at once. But
it's pretty
see
overwhelming, I would say, for the first like few hours.
Okay.
Just with the not just the battle, but like once you have most of the characters unlocked, and you have to choose which story you want to play, and you'll be like, what is the correct way to do this? Like, what's the proper, like, there's not really a right answer. It's more like play however you want. Doesn't really matter, like, which way you play it, really.
Yeah. Sounds good. But yeah, I haven't, like I said, I only got a little bit of start, and I think I've just been so tired. I haven't had the patience yet for it. But I will go back to it. Definitely love how it looks, and definitely up my alley as far as what is going on.
The character animations look so good.
Yeah. Did you ever play I forget
the games like Odin Sphere.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have Muramasa and
yep, that's another one too.
What's the one before that? Not Odin Sphere. Odin Sphere is their newest one, I think. The one.
Well, no, that actually was their first one, but they just remastered it recently.
Am I thinking about something else? Is Odin Sphere the one with like the witch with the big boobs and the really muscular warrior barbarian guy? Is that the one?
I don't know if that's actually the one. Odin Sphere's I mean, there are multiple characters, but the main one that would stick out to me is I think there's like a Valkyrie-like character. She's like the main one. She's got like blue feathers. There's a rabbit you play as at one point. And then
I didn't play
the sexy
Odin
lady
Sphere.
in red, but
I played what was it called? Dragon's Crown. Son of a bitch. Yeah, Dragon's Crown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the one I played.
Gotcha.
Odin Sphere is on PS2. Yeah.
Yep. They just recently remastered it.
Yeah.
I kind of want to... My brother actually played it, so I know it. It's very pretty as well.
Yeah, it's like really cool that they usually make like super beautiful 2D action games, and now they decided to make a really story-heavy strategy game instead.
Yeah,
interesting.
trying out. Yeah, I'm curious to see. But yeah, otherwise, I actually haven't played very much. I tried to pick up A Plague Tale of Innocence recently just because I was bored. And I was like, I forgot how to play. Like all these things. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's just like all these buttons I'm like doing very wrong. And luckily it's really easy to restart the game because you have to with a stealth-based game. Because I forgot I was stuck at this one part and I just ended up having to look up a guide just because I was like, there's so much. I think one thing though I don't know, because I know you played this game, Char, is it like Dishonored where if you kill people that's bad or does it not care?
I don't think it matters. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Because I was trying to originally play where I didn't have to kill anybody, but every walkthrough I read just said, kill the person. And I was like, okay.
just kill them.
And they make it, like, the level I was at, they make it seem like it's a bad thing, because, like, if you just knock people out, it's not a big deal. But the minute you kill someone, that you have a person with you who's like, are you sure about that? And you're like, yeah, I'm tired of this. And then you kill the next person, you're basically like, die. And I'm like, oh, jeez. Am I going to have a billion rats to deal with in the next level? But I wasn't sure. Okay. Because, yeah, unfortunately, like Dishonored, I haven't continued that game, but, like, killing's a lot easier than knocking people out.
Yep.
So...
I don't think I knew it was a stealth game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You play
it's a
like
third-person stealth game.
Click for some reason.
You play like a 13-year-old girl or something, right? And like a 7-year-old brother.
With her sickly brother, yep.
You do have to stealth. So like that's... But then more tools and more like skills and stuff keep coming to you. And it keeps unlocking more and more like avenues and different things you can do.
Cool.
It's a really good game. Like seriously.
It is good. I think I keep getting stuck. Yeah, it's been out for a while. I think I just kept getting stuck on it because I didn't want to kill people. But it really is, unfortunately, just easier.
Honestly, if you have a few games wishlisted, and you probably should look at Xbox Game Pass. If a few of the games is on Xbox Game Pass, you can probably finish it in a month or two. And it's probably cheaper than buying all of them, even on sale.
That's true. We don't use an Xbox here, so I don't have access
it's
to
on
that.
PC too. Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
Xbox
that.
The Xbox PC Game Pass. So I got like a 3 months. It's over now, but I won like a raffle 3 months, free 3 months or something. It was all the Halo stuff is on there. Plague Tale Innocence I know is on there. A lot of new games too, like Desperados 3, Wasteland 3.
Oh, wow.
Lots of stuff. It's
I
a
remember
pretty good
when we-
service, honestly.
Yeah, I remember first hearing about the service and thinking it was.
They also,
it was too good to be true.
They also partner with EA, so if you have an Xbox Game Pass thing, you also have the EA one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like Origin?
Yeah, like I know EA has like two. One is like a premium one. So both is paid, but one is more expensive, where you get to play the new games instantly, and then think the other one, the cheaper one, you get to play new games after 6 months or something. So you get to play
Interesting.
like Jedi Fallen Order if that's something you.
Yeah. That's right. I never finished that game, but I never bought it. I played it on my wife's account, so.
It's okay. I mean, it's not bad. It's a good game. It's a Star Wars game. You have lightsabers. It's an action game. You run around.
Yeah. I liked the action and I thought I would like it more, but then I got super frustrated really fast. So I kind of dropped it.
Because people they went for, according to people, like the more Souls like. It's not really that Souls like, but it's more like a methodical, like slow-ish pace. It's not like I'm not sure if you two know this game. It's not like Star Wars Force Unleashed, where it's a bit more arcadey.
Yeah. I kind of, I never played it, but I do know
I played
it.
the first Unleashed.
It's fun.
Yeah.
The fucker was like force pulling a fucking destroyer or some shit. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, both, as far as I know,
Fighting
both of those
Rancors.
games, even the second one, whose story is just bananas,
Yeah, it's just a power
very
fantasy.
fun to play.
Yeah.
Hey, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's if there's one franchise to do that with, it's Star Wars.
I got my Force Unleashed Rancor Mini.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Is that for a board game?
Yeah.
So they have a
just
Force
like
Unleashed
the-
board game.
No, it was a Star Wars miniature-based game.
Oh, okay.
And they came out with sets.
Ah.
So one of the sets had a bunch of Force Unleashed characters.
Does it
minis.
have the main character and all that too?
It must have. I don't know. I mean, I
usually
just
go
bought
for the
regular
monsters.
booster packs
Okay.
back then. I didn't buy specific ones. This is when I worked in the comic shop, so I had an employee discount.
Wait, hold up. They sell miniatures
Like, I
in
have-
loot boxes?
Back then, yeah, I think the game doesn't. I don't think they make it anymore. But like, these aren't even worth anything. I was trying to sell these on eBay. Like, I have like most of the Jedi Council, a lot of the bounty hunters, like 3 different Lukes and Han solos, but it's not really no one cares. They're not that high quality miniatures, right? They're only like a half an inch high. Very bad public mass produced paint jobs.
So, talking about Star Wars, I guess, KoToR is apparently getting a remake / remaster / re-release. We have no idea what it is.
Yes, we
hear
don't know.
that.
Yes, I heard that too.
So it's by
gonna-
Esper Media, which are the people who I believe did who have re-released a lot of the Star Wars games on like the Switch. You know, those like Episode 1 Pod Racer, those kinds.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm not sure if it's just a remaster. So that's re-released on like modern consoles, or if it's like a straight up remake. It would be cool if it's a remake.
Yeah,
I'm okay with a
that's what I would-
remaster as long as I get to play with a controller on the couch or on the Switch, whatever. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I remaster would be really cool, but hey, it's KoToR. I mean, they're remastering Mass Effect, so I think it'd be
That's coming out soon,
there
like real soon.
very soon. I think some people already got the like Legendary Edition boxes and stuff like that. It's pretty
I'm not
sick.
gonna buy it first day. I'll probably wait for a sale discount, just
We,
because I have all the Mass Effect games already, and I feel like I feel kind of stupid to buy it again at like full price.
Listen, I'm being the ultimate mooch because my wife already bought it and we pooled money together because it was my brother's birthday a couple of months ago, to basically pre-order the Legendary Edition for my brother. So he's gonna have all the goodies, and we'll go from there. I don't know if I'm even gonna actually replay it. I feel like I'm just gonna see people play it and then I'll be satisfied. Although I'm
What does
curious to
the
see how they-
Legendary come with? Is it like a helmet or something, or a ship?
There's
Normandy?
a helmet. There's a helmet for sure. I actually have to look it up because I.
So physical
genuinely
goodies, right?
don't
Not
know.
like
Yes,
Okay.
yes, a lot of physical goodies.
Sounds like a sounds like an old 80s cartoon, disgusting 80s.
It does, yeah. I
kids.
think you're thinking Goonies. Hold on, I'm trying to get on the EA website, and of course, like EA is, it's being very slow. Let's see. Reflect on your choices. Thank you. Oh my gosh, sorry. Looking at this just reminds me of an argument I saw on Twitter where a bunch of people were saying that the remastered version looks worse because there's more light in it. So there's some people I found online on Twitter.
Are they people though?
There's a lot of people that agree with them.
Okay.
And basically their anger is that they feel like the whenever anyone does a remaster that they do it poorly and it's always worse than the original because it's because of the lighting. Because, and this is true, like if you look at the original Mass Effect, it's more contrast. So the dark is really dark, the light's really light. While in the remastered, it's usually a little more even as far as the lighting goes and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a weird thing with the PS3 era where everything is too fucking dark. Like it's just there's something weird about that era. Like all the games are just hard to look at.
Yeah, and that's kind of my issue because I'm like, listen, I guess you like your different shadows, but I can't see shit. Like,
yeah.
So I'm sorry. Like, I really do. I can understand like that. There's less contrast, so I guess it may seem. But in my opinion, I'm sorry, but it's too dark, and I can't. Like, their example was to show what's his name? The like your
which
your
alien
boss, basically.
that we fuck? What?
No, not alien. It's human.
Which human that we fuck?
No. He's like your boss, basically.
The black guy or the white guy?
Black guy.
Oh. I know. I think I know who you're talking about. I can't remember exactly.
I can't think of him.
To be fair,
but
you do have to know how to do lighting in terms for black skin, darker skin.
Yeah. Absolutely. But the example they showed with that, these people arguing, was in the original, there was a lot of contrast, a lot of shadow. While in the remastered, it's basically someone put a light on his face and you can actually see his face.
Okay.
And they're trying to say like it's worse here, and I'm like, I don't know. I can actually see his expressions. That's a step up. I don't know.
They should have just done it like in universe, like Shepard talking to the guy and like just flashing a flashlight in his face, like.
Exactly. Then maybe they'd get some respect. I don't know. They sound like the same people who think the dark and gritty way that DC movies does their movies is better, so I don't know.
I still haven't watched it. I don't think I'm gonna watch it. The DC Zack Snyder Fiesta.
I don't think it's worth it.
It's 4 hours.
I would be willing to see somebody recut it. Because I think you could recut that movie to like 3 hours and you wouldn't be missing much, but don't tell the Snyder fanboys I said that.
It's kind of insane. Based on what I had seen. Was it meant to be like a 2-part kind of thing?
I don't know.
4 hours is crazy.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know. The only thing I can think of is that I am sure if Snyder had been able to continue the project, he would have been forced to cut it down to 2 hours.
Or make it a 2-parter. It makes no sense to have a 4-hour movie.
Yeah, like
literally.
I know. And I could, maybe that is what they wanted to do, but I never heard news about that. So my guess is that I think he would have been forced to cut things out, probably all of his ridiculous slow-mo scenes. And that since he really didn't have to, I don't know. It just, to be honest, like I didn't see the whole movie, but I'm going to say it kind of felt a bit lazily edited. Like it felt like certain things could have been cut out and it would have been sharp, and they decided not to make it seem grander. So, listen, he at least explained his ideas better than the original movie. At least I understood more of, like, everything, and people actually got more time, but it doesn't necessarily make it better. Anyway, that's something else. Anyway, I can't seem to find the actual, like, what is in the thing.
Yeah, me too. I think the Legendary Edition is the name for the actual, like, re-release, and I think maybe you have to look for Collector's Edition or something.
I think you're okay. Yeah, I think you're right. Let's see. Well, Wave 2. Oh, was this it? Legendary Cache?
So while Sarah's looking for that... Oh, you found it?
I think I found it. Yeah, so it comes with the helmet, a key art metal case. You get some spinner pins, morality spinner pins.
Why no Normandy? Like that.
You get a picture, but not the actual.
A picture of Normandy?
Yeah. You get some cool canvas art prints and ones of Normandy.
$500 for a picture of the ship.
Well,
which you
this
can
is
screenshot
$150.
yourself. Yeah,
this is $150, so I don't.
exaggerating.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
Is there a $500 one that comes with Normandy?
Maybe, I don't know. There's also an N7 acceptance letter, which I think is really funny.
What?
An N7 acceptance letter. No. It comes with it's a letter saying you've been accepted to the N7 program.
I like that though. It's like,
I know,
oh boy, honey, look at the mail. Open it, and then we're all gonna gather and see if we got into this.
I know, it's too funny.
Better luck next year.
So yeah. Yep. So yeah, 2 canvas art prints, N7 acceptance letter, and then the helmet. It's got LED lights. That's pretty cool.
I think if I didn't get into Transformers, I probably would buy a few collector's edition. But I prefer my useless plastic shit to transform into vehicles and monsters. So.
Well, one's more fun.
So
yeah.
What did you do? What did you play?
Yeah.
What did you see?
I've been
What did you
playing Valheim.
All
of
with your real friend.
Change.
Yeah,
my real friend.
So how is it?
It is good. I really like the base building and the progression.
Doesn't feel punishing. It doesn't punish you for wanting to play the game.
I'm pretty early on. So like the context for the whole thing is like you're in like the afterlife and you have to beat like 5 bosses basically, and that's the game's over. You beat the game at that point, I guess. You can sandbox more or whatever. I've only beaten the first boss. I'm in the stages where I'm preparing to fight the second boss now, so I'm pretty early on. But it doesn't feel too punishing. There are like the game does create situations where it is difficult to play. Like if it's nighttime, a lot of things come out and just harass you. So like the game is just like, sleep, go to sleep. It's like, yeah, but I mean I can, but I also just want to play. So I get it. It's not a huge
It's almost as if like if you close your eyes, they can't see you or some shit.
Yeah, they are stopped by very thin wooden walls. The one really annoying thing in the game, this is probably my biggest complaint, which is good because it's not that big a complaint. My biggest complaint is the build system. You have to place a thing called a workbench on the ground, and that has a radius around it, and only within that radius can you build structures. But there's not really, like, workbenches are very easy to build. So, like, if I want to build a bridge across, like, a lake, I just have to build a series of workbenches. And like this rule doesn't prevent me from building things in the world. All the rule does is just make me build a bunch of stupid workbenches that I'm never going to actually use as workbenches. And I don't get the point. Like, just let me build everywhere. I can already do it. And just let me do it without building the workbenches.
It kind of makes it look ugly too, I guess.
It looks ugly, yeah. And it's also a little annoying because the workbench has to be placed on flat ground, but you can't use the tool to flatten ground unless you're near a workbench. So like you have to kind of start from these already semi-flat areas. Just like this is stupid. But it's not a big problem at all. So it's
they have to work on that, I guess. They want to restrict the players, I suppose.
I guess it's not much of a restriction though. I don't know. Combat is okay. People say it's Dark Soulsian just because it has stamina and you can roll, but it's not that similar. The hitboxes aren't that great.
In that case, it's
it's
like
fine.
ESO.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I'm like, one thing it does that I like as well is as you do things, you just get better at doing the things. Like, the more you run, your skill in running goes up, so then running costs less stamina, which is cool.
So it's
and jumping.
It's not really Dark Souls, it's more like Elder Scrolls then, basically. Stamina
the game
bar.
itself is not like Dark Souls.
Okay.
People only compare the combat specific to kind of being Dark Souls. But it's not. Yeah, so it's good. I guess.
Is it more fun?
About it more as I actually do more.
Is it more of a like you can't really play solo, or it's okay solo? I know you're playing it with.
Definitely.
You're playing co-op,
solo.
right?
Yeah, I'm playing with one other person. And he's hosting a server, so like we'll only make progress together. But like whenever we have some time, we'll log in and like cut down a bunch of trees to build up a wood stockpile, or like mine a bunch of metal so we have metal to do stuff with later. It might get harder later when there's more people. Certainly, having multiple people to split like tanking makes combat so much easier, because the game does have like extra damage for backstabs and that kind of thing. Which would be hard to do solo because you're not that like you can't get around that quickly. So yeah, I played that. I started playing the Halo Master Chief Edition. I'm playing the Halo Reach campaign through. So that's fun. I haven't played that since whenever it came out, I guess, probably college at some point. But I think that's pretty much it for me playing stuff. I played for a couple hours in one session. I played the new Monster Hunter on the Switch. And it's good. I just don't play my Switch that often, so I haven't played it anymore.
So you bought the game, not a demo or something?
Right. Yeah, I paid $60 whatever it was for this game.
You paid $60 for a game. I thought you wanted to wait for the PC version.
I should have just waited for the PC version. It's 100% right. I should have.
Oh, okay.
Because like it just doesn't run as well on the Switch as like Monster Hunter World does on the PC. I don't know. I was impatient.
I heard it's really good though.
It's fine.
That's what I'm hearing from.
Yeah, the game is fine. Yeah, I should play it more. I just don't. I think part of the problem is I don't want to play it handheld because like, the screen's almost too small for how much stuff just happens in a Monster Hunter.
And also the do not use the Joy-Con. Nah.
Also that I haven't bought that thing you talked about last time yet.
This one, the Hori,
I remember it.
Hori P-Pad something.
It's on my Amazon wish list now. I just need to actually do it.
So get that for handheld and get a Pro controller for seriously.
I have two Pro controllers.
Oh, okay. It kind of sucks that the Joy-Con is the most expensive shit and it's the most
breakable.
It's so overpriced.
Overpriced, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's worth. I'm sure it takes a lot of
Yeah, it's because of the rumble and all that, but it's like a lot of it, Nintendo things like they have a lot of cool concepts that developers just don't use. Like the Wii U, it's a really cool concept to have two screens. I played that Nintendo Land and it was so much fun to play with my friends and stuff. Okay.
Even the original DS, like two screens, like not that many games really took huge advantage of.
Yeah,
like,
there were a couple of games that
see your map or your inventory.
Yeah.
But like the only game I can think of that really used it was
Zelda.
Was it one of the? I was thinking of one of the Advanced Wars games. You have like the aerial theater on the top screen and like the ground on the bottom screen. You could like bomb from the sky.
The Nintendo games tend to do quite well because it's their features, so they probably like I know the Zelda game, one of them Spirit Tracks or Phantom Train, like I think that's the same game. I'm not really sure.
Well, both of them you had to like they like a lot of games you had to use the touchpad as a controller, which I hate.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that was Phantom Hourglass because that was actually
Phantom Hourglass,
sadly,
yeah. Also like Spirit Tracks, Phantom Train.
And Spirit Tracks as well, I think had a.
I think their Spirit Tracks came first or second.
Yeah.
They're connected.
But there are like
The
certain
stories are
puzzles where you had to
connected.
close the DS. I was like, holy shit, that's super cool.
I don't
Hotel
remember that.
Dusk.
I love Hotel Dusk.
I know. I do too. They use that gimmick twice in that game.
There are certain games that was built
Castlevania
just around the
still
gimmicks.
okay,
I think one is called Feel the Touch. Sounds very sexual, but it's not.
I was gonna say.
I think. Yeah, but it's one of those games where it's just like a lot of mini games. WarioWare.
Yeah, WarioWare.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh man, I love
Phoenix
DS.
right after a while got their stuff together and added things,
Yeah.
especially Apollo Justice.
Did I already tell you guys about
Feel the
things I
magic.
watched,
Sorry, not feel the
Infinity?
touch. Feel the magic.
Magic?
Got it.
That is less deliberately innuendo.
Yeah.
Have I guys talked about Infinity Train, the cartoon?
No.
What is that?
I think you guys would both really like it. So,
What is it?
There's 4 seasons. Each season is 10-minute episodes. So
Okay.
each season's like a little movie if you want to watch it that way. Because they're all kind of distinct. I would watch them in order, but you don't have to.
Oh.
You usually watch each season has to be watched in order, but you could order the seasons however you wanted technically if you wanted to.
Interesting.
But the premise is, usually young adults will have like some sort of like crises in their life, and this train will pull up, and they'll get on the train, and they'll end up on this endless train where each car of the train can like move in order, and there's like infinite of them, and they also are infinitely large inside. It's like, oh yeah, this train is like, you know, a snowfield or whatever, and when they wake up on the train, because they step onto the train, they kind of pass out. When they wake up on the train, they have a glowing green number on their hand, and as they do things in the train, the number goes up or down. And I'm trying to think how much I can give away. I don't know, but like, I guess the point is like, at the end of the season, usually the people on the train have either like become better people, they realize their flaws and overcome them with the help of the train, and they get off the train, or they haven't, and that's bad.
Is it an adult cartoon?
It's really good.
Like, it's not for kids.
I think it's for kids.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering if there's
this
some
sounds like some
gore
Zero
or anything.
Escape kind of stuff. Yeah. There's a bomb in their stomach if they don't do good. Like I'm thinking all sorts of terrible things.
Season 3 has a couple things that I think are a little traumatic, but I still think it's intended for kids.
It's
animated?
animated?
It's a Cartoon Network. It's animated.
Oh.
I mean, it looks a lot like Gravity Falls or that sort of thing.
Interesting.
Interesting
Okay.
concept.
Yeah.
Maybe it's HBO. I don't remember what it's. Yeah, Infinity Train. You guys, I think you guys will like it.
Okay.
In the first season, there's this little robot that kind of reminds me of Wheatley, which I like a lot. So I watched that. I watched King Kong vs. Godzilla, which I liked a lot too. I mean, I definitely wouldn't say it's a good movie, but I would say so. One of the hilarious complaints I saw was like, every time a human was on screen, I was like clawing my eyes out. I was so bored. I'm like, did you not see the previous 2 Godzilla movies? Like, if you went into this movie thinking this movie would not be like the previous 2 Godzilla movies, you're kidding yourself. Like, certainly nobody enjoys the human parts, but they're fine. They present a good excuse to link the fights together.
Needs to be there to move the plot.
More action.
Yeah, like what do you expect?
Yeah, I mean, especially compared to the first Godzilla movie. I mean, the first being, New Generation. Yeah. That movie where it's like there's no fights until the very end, and all the fights are shrouded in smoke. Like this had good fights from the beginning, good fights in the middle, good fights in the end. You can see them all. Stuff's happening. Like, I had a blast just watching this movie. I think they did some really cool stuff with like, because a lot of it's CGI. They just did some really fun camera stuff that I liked a lot. I would spend money to watch it again in a theater if I maybe at some point.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people really like. Now, I'm not a huge monster. That's not my thing. But I just kind of had to laugh because I was like, wow, we haven't really, from what I've heard, had a good, decent like monster film in a while, and this was a versus, which traditionally suck.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, wow, cool, we're learning today.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, if I was to rewatch it, it would strip out all the humans because they are not fun to watch, but they're not horrible, I don't think. It's also definitely more of a King Kong movie than a Godzilla movie. You follow the King Kong and the humans with King Kong.
There's a girl, isn't it?
Godzilla
Like a
attacks
little
King
girl
Kong.
or something?
It's the girl from Stranger Things who was also in the previous Godzilla.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Wait, which girl?
It's a
11?
the psychic 9/11.
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
yep.
the number 9/11.
You're like, what? It was a number.
Yeah.
There's a girl named 9/11
it's-
in Stranger Things?
No. He couldn't remember the number. I just happened to, so he guessed
9 was the
9,
first
and I went,
number I
well, it's
thought of.
11.
Is there a movie called 9 or is it 7 or is it both? There's both of those movies.
There is 7. I mean, I think that's like some kind of a serial killer movie, I want to say. I've never
I
seen
think the movie 9 is the one with the brown sack people.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
I'm very confused.
It's like Elijah Wood. It's like a CGI movie about like these like, it looks like almost like a Yoshi's Woolly World movie, but they're like these dark, brown, sewn together sack people that in like World War II.
What?
I mean,
just
there
the
is
number 9. It's not spelled out.
Oh, okay.
Elijah
well,
Wood,
here's
the one
the
that
problem.
had guns shoved into his hands.
Yeah,
No, you're thinking of Daniel.
I can't tell.
Yeah, what's his name? You're thinking of Harry Potter. Hey, we're
Daniel
talking.
Radcliffe is in Guns Akimbo.
Yeah, we're talking about about Frodo, not Harry Potter. Anyway, 9. So here's what's confusing. There is the number 9, which is what you're talking about. I understand why you said brown sacks, because indeed they are people with brown sacks. It's an animated film with Elijah Wood. But there's also a romantic comedy called Nine, spelled out. So that's confusing. There's also 7 is a movie. I've heard of it. Yeah, from 1995. Yeah. It's a psychological thriller with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
What's in the box? What's in the
box? Yeah, it's that one. Yeah, I think it's that one. I think so, because I think that was Brad Pitt who did that.
It's just teddy bears in
Did
the
I
box,
just call
right?
Brad
Lucky
Pitt?
number 11.
It's just a teddy bear in the box, right?
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Definitely just a teddy bear. Yep, spoiler alert.
Okay.
It's so funny, because I thought 7... I think I'm confusing it with a movie that was supposed to be about the Zodiac Killer. I don't know. I didn't see either of them.
Ted Cruz?
You have to
It's
understand.
12 or 13 or something.
Oh gosh, hold on. Zodiac.
There's a movie called Zodiac,
Also,
I think.
like Jim Carrey in a hotel, and it's like a number's a thing there too. At the point, we're off topic.
Is
I
that
also
23 or
watched,
something?
Yeah, probably.
Like the number of life
on,
or number
hold
of
on.
universe or
Actually, I haven't
something?
seen it.
Movies with numbers in the title. There's got to be a wiki page for this, right? Right. Yeah. List of.
It has to be.
There has to be. IMDb's got it. Okay, here we go. All right, help me. No, we're not going to count One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's cheating. Anyway, that's
You want
that
just
list.
a number.
I just want the number.
Like Iron Man 2 doesn't count because there's a
No.
number in it.
Exactly. Hold on. Okay, well, there's a movie called
Movies
187. Oh, 9 to 5, yeah. Eight-legged freaks.
I'll take that.
What are we looking
The
for?
Fifth
Number
Element.
23,
I
that's
ain't counting that. 16 Candles. I guess that counts.
The
88
Ten
minutes.
Commandments, does that count?
There's
12
the
Angry Men.
one with Jet Li. I'm not gonna count How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. 3 Men and a
One
Baby.
Dalmatians. 3 Amigos.
Yeah, 12 Angry Men.
It's 10 things
12
10
Monkeys.
things I hate about you in there.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
think.
movie.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
Yeah.
Watched it quite a few times.
7 Samurai.
I
yeah.
watched. Have you guys ever seen The Thief and the Cobbler?
That sounds familiar, but no.
No, I don't think so.
It's an old cartoon that was in development for like 20 years. Like they started working on it, and it just sat in development hell for so long that
Oh.
Aladdin came out and kind of stole everything it was. And then eventually Thief and the Cobbler came out, and it's the main voice actors are Vincent Price and Matthew Broderick and
Oh.
somebody else. So it's very Aladdin-y. We're just like there's a vizier and he's evil, and there's a lowly, in this case a cobbler, and he's trying to get the princess, and instead of a genie there's like a witch and like these magic balls and stuff. But the point is the version that came out was very different from the version they intended to make. Like Matthew Broderick's character was originally supposed to have no lines the whole movie. And a second character had the same thing. The thief, the titular thief. He also supposed to have no lines the whole movie. And when the versions came out, they're just talking all the time, like constantly. So recently on YouTube, you can find The Thief and the Cobbler recobbled cut, where they tried to release the version they intended. And so there's a lot of
By like their
scenes
creators
which are just
themselves?
still like storyboard. Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
got like the original like concept art and storyboard art to make it like they cut scenes and added scenes back
Oh,
in
okay.
to make it more like the original picture. And so I watched that, and it was very good. I don't know if I like it better. I think I do, but I can see why executives would want to add more talking than this recoupled cut had. I
it's
mean, I
a
liked
risk.
it, but it's a little more avant-garde.
So what did you do, Shar?
Yeah.
Quite a bit, I guess. I'm not sure if I mentioned this. I played and finished Life is Strange 2. Did I mention this?
Oh,
I don't remember.
I don't think you did.
I don't think so.
So I was playing Life is Strange 2 at the same time I was playing Doom Eternal. I just needed like two very, very different games to play at the same time. I don't like...
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Doom Eternal is really good. I'm not sure if I mentioned Doom Eternal, but Doom Eternal is really fun. The combat's like very puzzle-like because you have quite limited ammo. You have to get ammo back, you have to... Shit, what are you supposed to do? There's like a thing you have to do to get ammo by killing the enemies. If you use your flamethrower, you get armor back. If you do like a
Oh, interesting.
melee kill, you get health back. And then ammo, that's also something you can do. Oh, the chainsaw, you have to use a chainsaw. which has like fuel. So there's a lot. It's very puzzle-like. So you gotta choose, and it forces you to use all your weapons, because you can't just use one because your ammo's gonna run out. And each enemy has like a weak spot kind of thing. So certain weapons work better against each enemy. So there's a lot of like swapping of weapons. High level play. I've seen some videos. They keep swapping weapons as they shoot because it cancels the reload animation. I'm not that good, so. But it's really fun and it's quite tough. I had to reduce the difficulty near the end. I was so close to finishing the whole game on like normal, but I had to reduce it because But it's just really fun.
Normal is hard.
Normal is pretty freaking hard. Okay. Yeah. According to people, they said Doom Eternal is harder than Doom 2016. I played both. I can't really remember 2016 that well. I enjoyed it too, but I'm not sure if one is harder than the other one. But plays very differently, and it's cool that they make a sequel to basically what is a arena fast-paced action game, and they change it up to make it feel fresh. And I think that's good. Some people just wanted more Doom. I really like the idea that they went with this. Your character moves really nicely, really well. Your character is super mobile, and you have to be mobile. If not, you're gonna die super fast. So yeah, Doom Eternal, like seriously, play it. It's amazing. And then I played Life is Strange 2 as well, and holy fuck, that shit is depressing. The fucking game is very
more so than number one.
Yeah,
okay.
I would say so.
I mean, I don't know if it's that hard to do.
I mean, Life is Strange 1 has a lot of really bad moments too. Not bad in a gameplay sense, bad in a what the fuck kind of.
Yeah, for sure.
Life is Strange 2, a lot of like a lot of racism from the get go.
Got it.
It's not fun. It's not a fun game to play. You don't play Life is Strange games for fun. So you gotta be in a specific.
You play to cry.
Yeah, you have to be. I would say Life is Strange 1. I don't like the voice acting in Life is Strange 2, especially the main character.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, the older brother. I just feel like there was something off about the voice acting. I'm not sure what exactly, like the direction, like maybe it was his first thing. I'm not really sure, but like it wasn't as good as the other characters and wasn't as good as Life is Strange 1. But overall, if you like Life is Strange, I think you should play it. I got into it more than Before the Storm. Before the Storm, I played like a couple hours and I felt kind of like bored. I don't know why. So yeah, hopefully Life is Strange 3 is like more depressing shit, I guess.
Yeah, I know. We'll see.
Yeah. So after I played those two, I've been in a bit of a limbo, like looking at my backlog. I've been playing some of my backlog, but never really caring too much. So I played Far Cry Primal. I played 20-something hours of it. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I haven't finished it. I didn't finish the game, but I pretty much have seen almost everything the game has to offer, and it's basically more of the same until the end. And I'm like, nah, fuck that. So it's fun though. It's like,
good for you.
You have instead of guns, you use bow and arrows and spears, and instead of trucks and stuff, you get to ride mammoths. And you have pets you can summon, and the saber-toothed tiger is fucking amazing. He just destroys everything, and this, I would say, the saber-toothed tiger is definitely the best weapon in any game ever. The only thing that's better is a gun that shoots saber-toothed tigers. So that's seriously, once you get the saber-toothed tiger, it's like super fun. You just like, he just kills everything. It's fun. After Far Cry Primal, I played Mafia 3. Again, same thing. I played 20 something hours, and I pretty much have seen almost everything the game has to offer. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to finish this. I'll just continue. I'll just keep moving. That was pretty good too. It's okay. It's pretty solid. I like that you play. It's a very different perspective. You play a black man in like 1968. So has all the the racist stuff, but I feel like the game has a lot of good ideas, and either did not flesh it out or didn't execute it properly in terms of mechanics and some story elements and like narrative elements. It feels unpolished / unfinished almost. It has some weird mechanics too. So like there's this, how a lot of open world games you can do something that reveals the map around you, that kind of thing. So in this game, it has that too, but you put in like this hacking device in like a junction box, and it's 1968, and it's just really fucking weird, man. It's just kind of weird. Like, what the fuck? And to get this thing, this hacking thing, you have to pick up 3 electronic scraps from around the world, and that's like, what? This is a weird mechanic. Like, whose idea was this? I feel so. That's what I meant by like, it just didn't feel polished. Like, I think they had another idea, but maybe they had to rush it or something. I'm not really sure. But it's just, yeah. It was just okay. And I just got Nier Replicant like yesterday. My pre-order came in yesterday.
Of course.
Played like 5 hours of it. I like it. I wish they would have remade Nier Gestalt instead, because I like Papa Nier. I don't like Teen Boy Nier. So I'm not sure if you know this. There's 2 characters in the Nier PS3 games. The Nier, the first Nier game, they had 2 characters. One was for the PS3. Was the old guy was for the PS3. The teen boy was for Xbox 360s, and I think Japan only, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
So they remade that one, the Japan only one. I think it's Japan only.
I see.
Yeah, but a lot of people really like Papa Nier. That's just because one is the father to the girl, and the teen boy is the brother to the girl, and the father-daughter dynamic was like more like, to me, it was like,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna play more of Nier Replicant version 1.224744871139. That's the version I got, rather than 1.234. That's bullshit. Basically, what he did was he just said he just wanted to put a version number on it. He just put some long string of useless numbers behind it.
Of course.
Of
course.
It's funny, man.
Damn it.
I like it.
I've been watching Fresh Off the Boat.
Oh.
Yeah, I know it's old, but I haven't watched it before. So
I never watched it. How is it?
it's you know what it's about, right?
Isn't it supposed to be like
I think
people
so.
immigrating to
Yeah,
the
like
US?
Taiwanese Americans
Yeah. Yep.
in Orlando that owns a steakhouse restaurant, basically, and it's based off
I only know that.
based off a autobiographical book of the eldest son, who's now a chef,
Okay.
Eddie Huang. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure they've taken some liberties to make it like more dramatic, more funny, blah blah blah. But
Oh yeah.
it's more or less his life and his family. There's 6 seasons in total. I'm on season 4. Seasons 1 and 2 is the best, I would say, because seasons 1 and 2 is about a Taiwanese American family trying to fit in, that kind of thing. And season 3 and 4 so far have been sitcom family does shenanigans
Yeah.
with some Asian stuff sprinkled in. And I don't know, seasons 1 and 2 by far is the best ones for me. And it's also just really jarring to see the little kids grow up so fast. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but like their voices are starting to break and shit. Just want them to stay small and little forever. But I would definitely say watch it. It's a good show, especially seasons 1 and 2. It's a really good show. And watch Kim's Convenience too if you like Fresh Off the Boat. Kim's Convenience is about a Korean Canadian family that owns a grocery store in Canada. That was really good. I like that one too.
Yeah, that one I haven't heard of.
Yeah. They have 5 seasons in total. Season 5 just finished airing. They were supposed to get more, but it got cancelled because the 2 creators left the show. Especially it started off as a play, and it got really popular. And Kim's Convenience is like quite popular worldwide. Like my friends watched it, they didn't know it. Like it's on Netflix and stuff. And it's a pretty like popular export from Canada in terms of shows. It's really good. I would say the first couple of seasons is still the best. Also, there's just this thing. The eldest son in Kim's Convenience is the Shang-Chi in the new Marvel Kung Fu one.
Yes.
Oh,
The main character.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I saw the trailer. It looks really cool. It basically looks like a kung fu movie. One of the shots look like fucking
Yeah.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon shit, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped.
I'm gonna that, but also I'm going to predict this now. People are gonna think Marvel invented kung fu movies. I'm fucking telling you now.
Oh, God.
Like how Marvel and Disney
gonna...
created 16:9 ratio. You know? Are we sure these are people? I don't think these are people. So yeah, new genre movies by Marvel. Kung fu movies. Cool. We've never seen those before.
Who said there's nothing new under the sun?
Yeah. Last thing I've been watching is I haven't really been binging it on and off, but I've been watching an anime called SSSS Gridman. It's from 2018. Straight up action with like a mysterious thing going on, but animation is really nice. And the reason why I wanted to watch it is because in the mid-90s there was a live action Gridman, basically think Ultraman. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's from the Ultraman creator. So guy in a suit fighting big monsters. That Japanese live action Ultraman Gridman show was taken by an American studio, and you know how they did it back then, like Power Rangers. They took all the shots, they take all the action shots, and then they cast like American actors for the non-action shots. And they made a show called SSSS, which is Super Samurai Cyber Squad. It's like a kids show, and I fucking loved it. It's like Ultraman guy, the vehicles come in, and the vehicles make him into a bigger robot. It's super cool. I loved it as a kid. And it kept going. SSS Gridman 2018, and then they're gonna come up with another one in 2021, like a Dynazamon, I think. But yeah, it's a fun like action type anime with really nice animations.
I started watching Love is War. Have you guys heard of that one?
No. Anime.
It's about like two high school students who have a crush on each other,
yeah.
but both are too proud, and so they
I know this one.
are under machinations to make the other person say something first.
Is the main girl black haired and the main guy like always look tired all the time?
Yes.
Yep. I've seen parts of that one.
I watched the whole first season. It's pretty funny. Like, it's very consumable because each episode is actually kind of just like 3 short things stitched together with no relation to each other. Like in this short bit, there's one piece of cake left, and like who's gonna eat it? And it's like I want him to eat it because I like him, but I can't admit it. And like there's a lot of internal monologues and really dramatic stuff doing it. It has the reactions down really well. So I'm enjoying that a lot.
But it's like
my brother
it's comedy
used to watch
basically,
that.
right?
It's definitely a comedy.
That's
I don't know how many seasons there are. I know there's more than one, but I've only seen one.
I think that's 3 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. Just from a quick glance on the wiki. That is... I mean, I've done quite a bit, but that's all. Coming up is just Nier Replicant and hopefully Winterman and Captain Soldier, whatever.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, whatever, man. Birdman and Snowman. Whatever.
I like that better. You know what? That's what they should have done.
Yeah.
Birdman and Snowman.
Yeah.
Gonna put that on Twitter.
Also want to watch
I'm looking forward to Loki.
Godzilla.
Does that start next week?
Soon, right?
I think they usually do a week in between, so I think next week is going to be a break, and then it's going to probably start the week after. So
Is the Black Widow movie ever coming out?
It is.
Black Widow
movie. It got delayed.
They gave it a date, didn't they?
I know there's a
did,
trailer that's kind of new, right?
I think it was May, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
I think you're right. I remember like May 26th is in my head, but I don't know why.
Yeah, I agreed. I have to say, I'm a consumerist shill right now for Marvel and their TV shows. I'm quite enjoying this.
Is the Black Widow one going to be on?
I feel about Owen Wilson.
Going to be on Disney Plus? Owen Wilson is a Black Widow movie.
He's in Loki.
Oh, it's in Loki.
He's in Loki. He's a huge character in it.
Yeah, he's like one of the main characters. Yeah,
Seriously.
It's weird. It's weird to see old Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson is still
I didn't recognize him at first. Yeah, I didn't even recognize him at first. I was like, oh. Hello. hello. I didn't recognize you with your short hair.
Like, wow.
But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. It's making a lot of things. I'm just enjoying these seasons.
Sorry, that reminds me. The two things to look forward to every week are the Marvel thing, like we're talking about.
Yeah,
but also, are you guys watching Invincible? That
Oh,
show's
I've seen clips
No,
of it,
but-
and I really want to watch it.
I've heard I need to. We
Is it still
probably
going?
will.
It's like it's not done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Correct.
we
Episode
probably
6
will
could be
see it at some point. It's actually funny. My wife and my brother binged through The Boys recently. I was
still
kind of
over.
in and out of it. I definitely avoided the first few episodes, which I am more than okay with. And I just was caught up on what happened.
They needed more
so
gore, so like Invincible it is.
It's got that shock value just to be like, oh my gosh, no, they didn't. Yes, they did. That kind of stuff.
I've heard it's pretty funny though. Invincible.
I'm talking about Boys. But yes, Invincible is
oh.
more comedic. Oh, sorry, right, episode 1 though. Episode 1 of Invincible is probably the second goriest cartoon I've ever seen. It's pretty graphic.
Is it as on par with like Harley Quinn and Harley Quinn?
It's definitely on par or more.
Okay.
It might be a little. I'd say a little. Yeah, it's in that same ballpark.
Okay. Yeah.
Because the only thing I've seen I think of as more violent than that is Primal, which I don't think either of you have seen. So it's not like a good point of reference.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's blood and stuff. But I mean, it's cool. I don't find it excessive, but it's not for everybody. And I think it makes the events that happen are what make the show very compelling to me. It's like, why did that happen? How did that happen? That's like the kind of the main mystery that you're following throughout the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Did you read the
sure
comics?
We're gonna have it on
Too
at some
much.
point.
It's good. I did not read the comics.
I actually didn't know there were comics for Invincible. I knew there was for the boys, but
Yeah, a lot of comic stuff getting made into TV shows these days.
I'm watching friggin' Resident Alien right now, which is a great live-action show with Alan Tudyk, based on a comic. Didn't know that until the credits told me. But I mean, the pitch was like, it's based off of I don't know, it's just alien in a city. It's not even that necessarily unique a plot. It's a lot like Invader Zim, just less manic, I guess. Anyway, news time, Char?
Yeah, news time. So, Resident Alien is a comedy. And I'm just looking at it.
It's Resident Alien. Okay, yeah, sure. Resident Alien is hilarious. I highly recommend Resident Alien. It's a comedy. Alan Tudyk does an amazing job of acting like somebody who is wearing a skin, and it's very good because it's Alan Tudyk. He can't really do anything badly.
The only thing, I still like Alan Tudyk. Just don't get me wrong. The only thing I would say I'm disappointed in him is he came out and said, what's his name? Joss Whedon. He was like,
Yeah.
he don't know.
He defended him.
This is not the Joss Whedon I know. Basically, that kind of.
oh,
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. I still like him. It's just read the room, that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You didn't. Yeah. You could have said nothing.
Yeah.
Even the Marvel people have shut up, which is for the best.
Because I'm
pretty
sure they
he-
know there's a lot of merit to what everybody's saying.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
sure it's true.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, new stuff. Yeah. Just some small, quick ones. Konami is making a game.
What?
Yep, and it actually looks really good. It's
Okay.
a 2D action side scroller that's like difficult, and they're known for that, Castlevania and all this shit. It's called Getsu Fumaden, and it's a game from. It's a sequel to a game from a 1987 NES Famicom game, and it looks absolutely beautiful. Like the game art style is it's like the art is like paintings from a specific era in Japan. It looks fucking
Oh.
yeah.
Cool.
It's beautiful as
Okay,
fuck.
that's pretty cool.
Getsu
Yeah.
Fumaden Undying Moon, or you can just Google Konami new game probably because there's only one. So.
You'll find it. Yeah.
There's apparently rumors that they're remaking the first Metal Gear Solid, which will be cool, but it's Konami, so don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yes, I have seen this art style before. This is fantastic.
It is. It's crazy beautiful. What else? Amazon has cancelled Lord of the Rings MMORPG.
Oh
I
wow.
don't think I even knew about that. There's already a Lord of the Rings MMO.
Amazon has pumping in a lot of money into the gaming division and is failing miserably.
It's not going great.
Yep. You can't just throw money at something and just hope.
It's been very trend chasey. It's like, oh, that game's popular. We're gonna make a version of it, and they like it just no, like that game already exists. People are already happy with it. Like it's very hard to be second and better.
Like
to the same kind of.
I can see a lot like a well-made Lord of the Rings MMO being good. People like Lord of the Rings. People like MMOs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know,
I mean,
MMOs are really expensive to make,
MMO.
and you gotta have a good team.
They are.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, Amazon.
I'm sure it's gonna.
Amazon was working with partnered with Tencent on this project, if I'm not mistaken. Tencent,
Oh,
a big Chinese
wow.
company. Yeah, Amazon was like the main developers.
They're like very shovelware microtransaction-y, right?
Tencent.
Like mobile games. Yeah.
Tencent owns
Well, I
a
mean,
lot
but
of shit
they're-
now. They also
They
own.
own tons
Okay.
of.
I think they own quite a big part of like Epic as well.
Yep, they do. That's
Basically,
right. That's right.
all that mobile shit has made them so much money. They are buying a lot of the like top. Is basically what they're doing.
Yeah, they're
no.
big. Tencent is no
I
joke
think
as a company.
Tencent is, in terms of like, just pure revenues or profits. Tencent is probably ahead or just behind Sony and Microsoft. Just gaming division, I mean.
I believe it.
Like we're not talking about Sony like everything else and Microsoft everything else. Just gaming division. What else? KoToR remake. We talked about that.
I have one, a small one.
Okay. What you got?
There's some people who's been like, I think it's like a 5-year project now. They've been trying to make essentially League of Legends as it was at launch, like maybe like 2 patches or something like that, so people could play like on legacy servers, kind of like what WoW was doing prior to WoW Classic. And Riot has been trying to extort their source code from them.
They're not even doing cease and
basic.
desist.
Yeah, they're like, hey, give us all your code. Because obviously they just want to run it themselves so they can monetize it. I don't know why they can't make it themselves. There's a whole Reddit thread on it. It's
Probably saves them.
I mean, obviously,
probably
because
saves a lot
there's
of
a Reddit
time.
thread.
Is what it is.
I haven't done I'm not a journalist. I haven't done my due diligence of like verifying this, but there is a thread on it talking about it. So it's a thing that's happening in discussion, whether or not it's actually happening. It is happening as far as I can tell.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Instead of just hiring them, just extorting.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna make a big deal out
Oh
of it.
right.
Like, I'd expect a cease and desist, right? But
Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna say. Be like, oh yeah, it's like steal their code. Yikes. I mean, I have the exciting news that they're finally going to do translation of one of the Ace Attorney games that
Completely
ever
forgot
came
about
to
that.
America. I know.
oh yeah.
So I think they're calling it the Great Ace Attorney,
Yeah.
which I think is super funny. But basically it was back in like 2015, I want to say, or 2016. They made 2 of them.
For the
And
3DS,
they were
right?
basically, I think, yeah, 3DS. And they were meant, the whole premise was Phoenix's ancestor, who was also a lawyer in like 19th century England, Japan. And it never got translated, we expected, because it felt like very Japanese. Because the Phoenix Wright games, even though every
It's a
time
weird
they make
mix.
them, it's such I feel so bad because like the people make the game, they're pretty sure it's going to be translated, and they do not do any favors to them. They're like, nope, this is in Japan, deal with it. And so I think we all kind of figured that they just refused to translate because they didn't know how. Well, I guess they figured it out. Because it's interesting. They're keeping the Japanese name for the main character, which is just a relative, because it's Ryosuke Naruhodo, which I butchered that. But Naruhodo is the last name of Phoenix Wright in Japanese. His name is what's his name? It's something with dragon. His first name.
Ryu.
I can't. Is it just Ryu?
I'm trying to
Ryu
remember
or
exactly. I know Ryu is
it's
dragon.
Ryu some. Yeah. It's Ryu something. Naruhodo is Phoenix Wright's name in Japan, original name, I should say. And so I guess I don't know how they're gonna tie it in, but they've just decided to keep the Ryosuke Naruhodo
Yeah, it's
and
weird. It's supposed to be like Meiji
yeah.
era, but there's also steampunk stuff. It's just
Yeah, it's very
Ace Attorney games has always been this weird mishmash of Japan and like whatever city, Western city they want.
Yeah, I think her name is Jennifer Sue or something like that. She was one of the main English translators for the original games. And she's been interviewed a couple times, and she has said that the original Phoenix Wright game, she basically said was kind of a reimagined California if when Japanese came over to California, as if like there was no racism essentially. She didn't say it like that, but that was basically what she was trying to say. Whereas basically this kind of this like Japanese and American culture just completely together, kind of like Big Hero 6. It was like that kind of a setting. Was what they were trying to go for. So I'm guessing they're trying to do the same thing here, but Japan and England, because it does take place in England.
So it's cyberpunk without the tech and the...
It's steampunk, I would say, without the tech, yeah, from what I can understand. The only thing that's also hilarious is in the original game in Japan, there's a character who's Sherlock Holmes, and they call him Sherlock Holmes in the Japanese version. But because technically there's still some weird copyright issues with that name.
Seriously?
They can't use that name. Yeah. So that's why in the American version, he's going to be called Herlock Sholmes. I wish I was making this up, but I'm not.
Wait.
I was literally just in an improv show this week where we had a Herlock Sholmes character. That's like...
And the problem is that they can't even like just pretend and like make up a name. It's supposed to be him. That's the problem, because apparently he actually in the game he references his mysteries. The idea, I guess, is that he's not as competent as he seems, and he also has a sidekick who's this little girl who's supposed to be Dr. Watson's daughter, and that's that whole thing. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm excited because it's new Ace Attorney. We haven't had any new Ace Attorney since the Switch came out. So I'm thrilled, and I will definitely be buying it day one.
Yep.
No questions
I'm
about
getting
it.
a physical for the Switch. Definitely.
Yep. What I'm also super excited for is, so did you ever play Layton versus Phoenix Wright?
Oh yeah, I loved it. It wasn't that great, but I loved it.
Oh, I loved it. But the trials, they had the really interesting system with the trials where there were multiple witnesses at the same time. Do you remember? They're bringing that back here. And they're also bringing back in that you have to, like, convince jurors. Like, there's a whole new system at play here. So I'm very interested to see how it works.
Now all we need is Miles Edgeworth 1 and 2. That's all we need. Just
I
come out with a collection.
Well, 2, yeah. They gave us one, but not 2.
But just give us in a collection, nice
Please,
pack.
please. It's so maddening because the first Miles Edgeworth game was not that good. It really wasn't. But the second one I've heard is really amazing. And I'm kind of mad because I used to, at least. I don't know if I still have it, but someone did make there was a whole kind of a
unofficial patch
translation.
Kind of thing?
Yeah, and I have it on my computer. I just never played it because trying to play that game that was meant for the 3DS, the DS, I think the DS, on keyboard and mouse is wonky at best. So I haven't really gone through it yet. But yeah, maybe they will. I don't know. We'll see. They did this one, so anyway, that's my exciting news.
We lost your audio, Shar.
Oh yeah, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm saying sales should be pretty okay because it's on a bunch of new consoles like PC, PS4, not just like a Nintendo handheld.
Yeah, they're going everywhere on this one. So I guess there's DLC, which if you buy, like, pre-order the game, you get it automatically. So I definitely need to get that. Yeah. I don't really quite understand. There's, like, extra side stories or something. They did a lot with these two games, but we heard nothing about it because it never came out of Japan.
The only thing I'm worried about is the Switch physical edition comes with a download code and not a cartridge. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Because the official, like, marketing promo website text kind of hints that it's not a cartridge but a download code, which would suck. I would much prefer it to be a cartridge.
That's annoying.
Yeah. So hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully what they're just talking about in terms of the download stuff is just the extra DLCs like you said.
The DL that would make sense actually because I'm pretty
It's
sure
just that the wording is
DLC
just very confusing right now, and
Yeah,
nobody
that
really
makes
understands
sense.
because they haven't really come out to say anything yet.
But yeah, I think it comes out in August. I think they said so.
Ooh. Okay.
I know it's quick. Yeah, I'm excited. I am thrilled to bits.
Hell yeah.
haven't had a new Ace Attorney in a minute. So
The only other thing is itch.io, the store, is now available in Epic Game Store as an app.
oh,
Interesting indeed.
Epic!
Yep.
Look at you. All right. I see what you're doing. I see it.
Which is cool because
right,
it means
that's-
a lot of small little indies might get a new audience.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Yep.
And I haven't played anything yet from that huge ass bundle from itch.io. Remember like last year?
Yep.
I do.
So yeah, that is all. Time to wrap up?
Sure.
Yep.
Do the thing.
Do the thing. This is Sarahscopic, SARAHSCOPIC. I am mostly on Twitter these days. You can also catch me on my other show, RNG and T. We're on Twitch.
And I'm Foehamner. The last couple weeks have been quiet. You can find me on YouTube, but I intend to record. I've been job hunting, and that's wrapping up, so I should be able to record again and have more videos out soon.
Yes. And I'm Pupunoob, Pupunoob. You know what to find me. This has been episode 183, I think. 183 of the playonultra podcast.
That's what you said.
Yeah, I think so. Thank you for watching, listening.
So.
See you next time. Bye bye.